Okay, so okay, I'm going to click on sign in to my console. Okay, so I've been already logged in as a Datanza 2 user. I'm going to sign out and I'm going to sign in as a different user. Okay, and okay, this is my mobile. I'm going to log in back there. Oh, it's the MFA code. Now I'm going to take the MFA code from mobile. This is the authenticator. This is my Datanza 1 676 255. So submit it. Don't set the password. Now I'm able to log in. So good. Let me take this mobile out of the screen. Okay, so we can see like we can go to the services. Here we can see the storage. We can see S3 is there. We have Glacier storage gateways. We'll talk later. So first thing first, we will see the S3. So you can see here, I'm going to click on S3. It is very simple. It says you create a bucket, put your files in the bucket. That's basically upload your data and set up your permissions, and you're all set. Okay, so we will see that how these things works and how what we all discuss and how they are working. We are going to discuss them one by one. So the very first thing I'm going to do is create a bucket. Okay, so bucket name again, it says if I click on this I, it says bucket name must be unique across all existing bucket names in Amazon S3. As I told you, it is going to be accessed from across different regions from the world, and it has to be have a global unique namespace. Okay, you create one bucket as ABC, you cannot create a second bucket as ABC. So you have to find out a unique name. So I'm gonna say that, and for example, bug 001. Okay. Region, let me choose one of my close regions. I can choose Mumbai as well, Singapore as well. So let me choose anything for now. So let it be like something else I'll use. For example, I don't want to use a nearby location because I'm not going to access it right now from Bombay. So let it be something, mhm, London. Okay, so EU London. Copy settings from an existing bucket. We don't have any buckets present as of now, so there is no settings to copy. Now simply you can go ahead and create on this button. It is going to create it. But yes, if you click on next button, you're going to see some properties. You will have some permissions. You can review, then you can go ahead and create. Let me create on next. Bucket name already exists. So this is what is the stuff. So I'm going to say like bucket, no, let me say data buck 01, for example. So I'm saying data buck 01. Okay, let me make it much bucket. Data bucket 01, let me see if it is taken or it is available. This is data bucket is gone. So I'm going to say Datanza bucket 01. Let's click on next. Okay, so it is available. So I'm going back again. So Datanza bucket 01, it is available. I'm clicking on next. So see, this is what is called as a versioning. Keep multiple versions of an object in the bucket. So what is this we are doing right now? We are creating a bucket. Okay, we are creating a bucket, and after this bucket is created, we are going to store some files. We are going to store objects to this bucket. So we are going to talk about the versioning that time. So we can enable the versioning right now, but let us not enable from here. We will see how we can do it explicitly. This is server access logging. So this is server access logging is nothing but it clearly says set up access log record that provide details about access request. So when is your basically file is extra? Sorry. So when is this S3 is accessed? So there would be access logs created, and those will be stored basically. So when all that your bucket is basically accessed. So every time a bucket is accessed, there would be logs will be created. So, well, I don't want those logs to be created right now. We can specify something called as a tags, and we can provide an encryption as well to our data so that we will see. Object level logging is also possible. It is not just when somebody accesses your bucket, when somebody does accesses your files inside a bucket. So that is basically object level logging is also possible. Well, so that I'm not going to do it right now. Let me go ahead and click on next. Okay, so it says that manage users, user ID. So training is the owner. He has got read, write access. Okay, access for other AWS accounts. So this is something we would be discussing throughout this course, maybe some other day. So access other AWS account. So this is one AWS account. We would be having another AWS account, and we can have across AWS account link ups as well. So that is something as not scope here to discuss right now. And coming to this, manage public permissions. Do not grant public read access to this bucket. If I say grant public read access to this bucket, everyone, if they will get the domain name or the address or the path to my bucket, everyone can access it. So they basically recommend don't grant anything public or don't give it to everyone. Manage system permissions, again, don't grant any permissions to public. Okay, so system permissions grant Amazon S3 log delivery group right access to this. So basically, we have seen a couple of things, right, wherein we can enable the logging basically. So when logging is enabled, it says you allow Amazon Web Console S3 services to write these log files to your bucket only. Okay, so that is what he's saying, but I'm saying no, don't grant. So don't take any public grants. You don't use my bucket for other publics. You don't use my bucket for storing log files or anything. So let all be private. By default, the permissions for the buckets are private. So I'm going with the default option. Click on next. So this is the review. You can see the region, the bucket name is Datanza bucket 01. It is in London region. And yes, this is the properties, permissions 11. Create a bucket. So here I got my bucket. That is a bucket 01. Access is not public. It is in Europe, London zone. So let's click on this bucket. As simple as that. I came to this bucket. Now it says the overviews. Here it comes the properties. Versioning, server access logging, we saw. We will do those things a little later. So for now on, let me say that enable the server level logging. Target bucket is my this bucket only. So target the prefix. Prefix means inside this bucket you can create more folder. You can create more bags. You can create more subfolders or subcontainers. If you create them, then you can give those folder name as a prefix. So basically, I don't have any folder, so I don't want to create them. So for example, you got some folder starting with B, some folder starting with X. So in that case, basically, you can go ahead and give the prefix as a B or bucket star. So all the files or folders starting with B is going to be logged. So let's not go into that folder level. We will just do the enable logging for the whole bucket, and after some time we are gonna turn it off. Okay, so versioning again we can enable or disable. It is very simple. Enable versioning, suspend versioning, but understanding this versioning in a more detail is very important. So we will do this versioning once we finish up with this basic history things. Now static website hosting. So Amazon S3 is not meant for basically storing your operating systems. It is not meant to store your database or dynamic website contents. It is object storage. That means you should be storing only those objects. Basically, those are getting frequently accessed objects. Okay. So there is some static website hosting also you can do. There are a couple of pages. They are also objects. You can place them in and you can host a website from here also. So that is something we will see maybe on the next week. We are going to create a static website from this S3. Object level logging, no, I'm not going to enable it. That can also incur me some additional cost. You can see here. Cloud from record object level API activity using the Cloud Trail data event features additional cost. Anyways, whatever it is. Default encryption, yeah, sure, I'm going to say that. Default encryption, there are three types of encryptions you can see here. One is a none AES256 and AWS KMS. So what are these two type of encryptions? We will discuss at the end of this chapter, and we are going to talk it theoretically. But yes, we can enable something using AES256. Okay, so this is basically one of the most common and the strongest authentication method that we have is AES256. Click on Save button. You can see this is enabled. Server access logging is enabled. Okay, now here we will see tags. What is this tag basically? Keys. Keys are case sensitive, can be 128 unique characters values. So keys and values, let us specify something, add a tag. So for example, I want to add a tag something like this as department as finance, for example. So in this bucket, I'm going to upload the finance related data. So let it be a tag. This is a metadata about my bucket. Okay. Transfer acceleration. This is what we have discussed, right? So enable fast, easy, and secure transfers of files to and from your bucket. Want to compare your data transfer speed by region? Yeah, let us see that. I can click on enable. So it is gonna enable transfer accelerations, but yes, we need to enable few settings from the cloud front. So that why we are not gonna do it and not scope of this lecture as well. But yes, we understood transfer acceleration well. We will see the different region speeds. So here you can see, for example, upon speed comparison in the selected regions, Amazon S3 transfer acceleration, you can even Google it. You can even simply say that transfer acceleration. So you will come and land up at the same page, S3 accelerate speed test. So what it is doing is basically Amazon is trying to upload some file to Amazon S3, okay, to EU West to London region. Why it is coming for EU West to London region? Because my bucket is created in London region. If you come here, you come to S3, you can see the data bucket has been created in EU London. Okay, so it is going through a lot of latencies. See how slow this file upload speed is going on. And depending on this speed, he's going to tell us how much speed it will be if it is uploaded from San Francisco, how fast it can be from Oregon, Dublin, Tokyo.
Your voice is not clear, Sam. I'm not able to hear.
Okay, okay. Is it okay now?
It's breaking.
Mm-hmm. Is it breaking for everyone else? Vasubhai, is my voice clear or is it breaking? Amit?